Welcome back. Okay, let's start the game. Standing on a beach. Song, artist, and book that inspired the song. Yeah, you're right. But we ain't out here to kill anything on this beach. Let's talk about it. Come on. I'm walking to where the thumbnail was shot. So I'm not here to make a case for Gaza, for or against it. I'm not here to make a case for Zionism, for or against it. But full disclosure, I happen to be a Zionist. Yeah, you're right. So I'm here to make the case that this is absolutely vandalism. That's actually been there for several months. When I first moved back to this area last fall, that was there. And you can look at this wall and you can see that they've painted over graffiti before, but I don't know how often. It must not be very often, because there it is and there's that. Some graffiti you can give some respect to, right? Because it's like over in that art zone, but it's still vandalism if it wasn't sanctioned, if it wasn't put there with permission. If it was put there in the dead of the night or the dead of the day, it's still vandalism, right? And there's a bit of it here. See, we got this pavilion with benches, and I would say the tagging and everything in here is very minimal on these particular benches. It is here. The thing is, most of these tags are just teens, right? It's bullshit. It's BS. But that one right there, that has political connotations to it. Absolutely. Of course it does. But yeah, why? We're out in the middle of the county. We're in the country. It's the internet. That's why. And it's teens. Teens hang out here. But there's some vandalism around here that leaves me wondering, wait a minute, is this teens? The culture is definitely changing. Everybody's like all into assassinations, you know, the culture of assassination, without really thinking about what they're saying. Yeah, it is what it is. But let me tell you something. It doesn't have to stay here as long as it's been staying here. Teens have always done dumb things. And these days, older people as well. People older than me. Walking out there with blue hair, causing a fuss, kicking up the Karenism. This could get painted over. It should be painted over. All this should be painted over. How do you stop this? Well, you enforce the laws that are already on the book, but obviously you can't stop it all. You have to paint over it. You can't let your stuff get so bad. You can't go for so long without taking care of the graffiti. You know, the county comes around and cleans up and takes care of this county park we're in, this beach area, which has a curfew of like 10:30 or something. Yeah, a lot of people come here, but it's mostly teens. You just you know, you don't have to paint the whole thing. You just, once in a while, you come and you paint over the graffiti. You keep some white paint in your truck when you're coming here to pick up the garbage or whatever. It's just another thing you do once in a while. You don't have to do it every day. You do it as it's needed, right? I don't know what to tell you about the wooden benches though, unless you want to paint those, and nobody does. But I've been places where this kind of stuff is worse. And there's some places around here where it's worse than here. And it's raining, but we're gonna go there anyway. We're gonna go there right after I look at this. I mean, because in my punk rock days, I still am a sucker for anything with leopard print on it. What is that? So vandalism, to me, the kind that we're talking about, graffiti, writing on stuff, writing your name on stuff, is right up there with what we're looking at here. If you don't take care of it, the whole place is trashed. And it's kind of like broken window theory, right? If you don't fix the broken window, things are just going to go downhill from there. And sometimes you find something worth keeping. And here we are, further into the county park, up here at another pavilion, a smaller one. Let's check it out. See, this is nice. It's not too messed up. There's no carvings, there's no writings, there's no political statements. Just normal people mostly come to this pavilion, families and whatnot. Because sometimes over here where the beach is, families don't want to go there. The warmer it is, like when we get into summertime, yeah, the crazier that can get over there full of teens. So the problem is, I say it's a problem. It's the culture. The culture has changed. They're influenced by something else, right? Back in the day, when I was a kid, out here, you come out here, go to the beach, be a lot of pickup trucks blasting stuff like George Strait, but now they're blasting drill rap, and they're influenced by something that is more materialistic and vicious, right? A bunch of wannabes coming up against each other, one trying to tell the other that they're more important and more special, beefing with each other. That happens over there. It happens a lot of places now, all over the country, all over the world. People are influenced by this sort of thing, drill rap and, you know, drip. But a lot of these people that come out here with drip, looks like they got it on yeah, Timu, that kind of stuff. Bunch of wannabe Slim Shady Ollie G's, right? Wow. But this pavilion has been spared because they don't want to come here. It's a bunch of families and old people, because look, you can cook your food. Sometimes I see people cooking food over there. Large Hispanic families will go over there because that's much bigger. It'll come over here too. But things change. We go deeper. Let's go deeper. And deeper we have come. We've come the furthest we can go into the county park. We're on the point now, and we have before us a metal picnic table just absolutely full of vandalism. But this is where I was the other day, and I was looking at it, and some of it was just like, yeah, okay, that's normal shit. But I started to ask myself, is this even teens? Probably is, but it's so boomerish. It's like, what, did boomers come here and do this? And do you know why I say that? I'm not going to go close. You might see, you might not, but you're going to have to take my word for it. Somebody's covered this with phone numbers for a good time call, blah 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 this, blah 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 that, and a lot of it's about dicks. And there's a lot of dicks, a lot of eggplants all over this picnic table. Someone drew dicks and wrote a ton of phone numbers. Call me for this if you want this or that, or blah blah blah. And it's all naughty, nasty stuff, but it's all the same handwriting, the phone number stuff. I mean, that is so boomerish, because who uses, we all have phone numbers, but I hate phone numbers. Why do we still have phone numbers? People, oh, give me your phone number. Like, why can't you just connect with me through an app? And 9 times out of 10, the person who says they don't do that is a boomer. They want phone numbers. What little kid writing shit on a table these days writes a phone number? One that has been around too many boomers, probably. But yeah, dumb, stupid. Stop writing on shit. unless it's a piece of paper. I'm just surprised you could even write. I mean, some people these days, they can't even use spell checker, let alone write with their hands, because they haven't had to do that for so long, right? But it's just incredible, incredible. Out in the middle of the county, in the country, I'm finding what I found in cities in the 90s, because this is before the internet. Before the internet, there was somebody out in the middle of nowhere that had never heard of Duran Duran, because it just wasn't on the radio there yet. And then when it gets on the radio 10 years too late, they think it's a new thing, right? Information flows a lot faster now, right? But that's what it was like before the internet. This really bad wave of graffiti, that was in cities. And then all this wackadoodle political stuff in the graffiti, that was back in the cities. That wasn't so much out in the country. It's like a disease, like a cancer. You flip the switch, the internet comes on, and the shit spreads everywhere. Bad ideas. Bad ideas. It seems like bad ideas spread really fast. Just like Mark Twain, you know, the writer. A lie can get around the world before you get your boots on in the morning, before truth can get its boots on in the morning. Yeah. Good ideas spread, but bad ideas seem to spread faster. Yep. I remember when that stuff was just stuck in the city. Kind of miss those days. Sometimes nostalgia just washes over me like a wave, right? Yeah, I have a lot of nostalgic moments in the day. I'm not going to ask for your forgiveness or ask you to excuse me. That's just the way it is. You remember when things were good, and you remember when they were worse, when they were really bad. I'm walking to another bench, see what it looks like, see what it's going to say to me. I feel like you're going to find this all over the world. In some places there's less, in some places there's more. Definitely more BS in the city. But like I said, with the internet, it could pop up anywhere. There are 3 countries in the world that I would love to visit. There's a lot of countries I would love to visit, but there are 3 top on the list. Not in any particular order, but it would be like Estonia, Japan, and Israel. All right, this one before us is a wooden one, and some people have vandalized it, but it's not that bad. Nobody sat down here and drawn 1,000 dick pics on it with a bunch of phone numbers. But carvings. So back in the day, before my time, that was what they did. That was the graffiti of the time before I was born. Like, going back a long ways too. Going back a long ways. People would carve something into a tree. The most common thing was like Bobby and Jenny with a heart around it, all right? Like sweethearts. So I've found really old carvings on trees out in the national forest where someone wrote their name and the year. Out in the middle of nowhere, the middle of the mountains. You walk up, Bobby and Jenny, inside a heart. 1923. So this shit has been with us for a long time. I mean, people were drawing stuff on the walls of caves, but nobody owned that cave wall. And you could say that nobody owns this, but the county does. This is for everybody. This is a public space. People coming in here disrespecting it. I'm not making a case for the people back in the day that were carving on trees, but at least they were carving about their union, their love, their togetherness, rather than making a political statement they may or may not know that much about, or pranking their neighbor by putting their number under a dick pic. Yeah, you're right. I think the world could get better, but I don't suggest we turn the internet off, because I like it. I just wish people would respect the stuff around them a little more. A lot of us do, but then there's a lot of people who don't, and they're kind of ruining it for us all, right? Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being members of the channel, and yeah, you're right. I will see y'all next time.